Hey guys, just wanted to go live really quick and show you Lumberyard editor. It's in beta. I got the beta mode or the beta version, or it's all I guess all beta right now. Maybe it is, maybe not. But I actually I have the beta version. Build 1051437 or 1473. There it is. Okay. Um, it's pretty. I could see how it's very. It's cool. I like it. I like it a lot, actually. Um, as you can see, the landscape's pretty big. The first thing I want to kind of show you guys is the landscape. This is a really cool editor for that. For this whole thing here. Let me see if I have my okay. You could set up your whole thing just like the Divinity Engine too. So I have my terrain editor and my terrain texture editor, and they're all right here. They're not an all-in-one, but you know it's all there, clickable and tabbable and all that stuff. So you can kind of set your stuff up so you're kind of used to seeing, um, you know, what you want to see, I guess. And I'm going to tab this guy over here, and then asset browser I could even tab over here, just so like I don't know, so you're used to seeing what you know, or set it up the way you like it with all the engines. If you're into what is it? If you're into uh, Unreal Engine, you know, set up your UI just like that. So move everything around if you want. Here's the information block showing you FPS and all that stuff. I have this set on medium because I don't need extreme graphics. You know, I just need a little bit here. Time of day. Look at this thing, man. Groovy. This is your atmosphere. This is your atmosphere editor, basically. You just set your time of day. You just set everything that you want. Um, and you know, volumetric fog over here. I mean, this thing's got everything: skylight, night sky, and it's gonna have your daytime here. You know, 2400 hours to 0 hours. You know, just set it appropriately, and look, it dynamically changes. If you saw that, nighttime, noon, you know, and there it goes, and it just change whatever you want. You have a little graph editor here for HDR. I mean, it's cool. There's a lot of sliders to mess around with, colors to choose, fog. I mean, it's pretty groovy, pretty groovy. All right. So I'm gonna hop into the terrain editor really quick. This is freaking genius. Love it. I am amazed with how this looks, or is, in fact. Let me see if, okay, we're going. All right. Here is your terrain. This is what your terrain looks like, and it automatically builds. But not only that, if like you say, you want to, you don't really like an area, and instead of going on the terrain to, or here, let's go to raise lower. Oh, I am on raise lower. You can raise lower whatever you want here. But instead, and that's cool. Let me see if the same shortcuts for like smooth and stuff. No, so control will lower, but like oh, smooth is alt. Okay, so smooth, the shortcut key is alt for smooth. But if you don't want to do that, if you absolutely don't want to if you don't want to mess around with the map, you can just go over here and be like, you know what, this area here is a little too rough. I'm going to increase the size here. Same kind of deal. The open bracket, close bracket thing. Same thing. And just say, I want to smooth this area out. And you could smooth this area out. You probably won't see, or sorry, right now I'm raising it. You won't see the effect here. I don't know where I am on the map for that. Somewhere over here. I'm just gonna raise myself over here. And let's raise like one of these little areas here, maybe. I don't even know which way I'm looking at. But you'd be able to see your work, you know. Oh, here we go. Here we go. You see that right there? You could see it real time, raising, you know, whatever you're doing right over here, while you're on the map, which is amazing. This is your, you know, and it generates a height map for you, you know, as you're doing this. And it's so groovy, man. I love it. Let's open bracket the smooth, like considerably large here. Okay. Smooth this back out, you know, or whatever. And you could pull in by pressing your right button and middle button at the same time, and just, you know, pull back to pull in and push forward to pull out. Middle button is your pan. It's not your space. I wish that you could have a space, but you know what? It really was not difficult to get used to. And your right mouse button is to look around, and then you can, you know, do that. And then your left mouse button is your typical action button. It does your stuff. Now this terrain was not generated by moi. I did not just go through and make this. I went to a tool called, not there, it's under terrain editor. Go tool and then generate terrain. I went to that, and then you set your parameters. You could show preview. It'll show you a preview of what it's going to do. You could do a random seed just to change it up a bit, you know, show you see how it is. All right, you know, I kind of like that one. Hit OK. It'll regenerate your terrain. Now, a lot of times, all the time, I had to, and this was kind of a crazy thing that happened. Where is it? Modify. Set terrain max height. Mine was at like, I don't know, way up there. It was like, I want to say like 2,000, something like that. So 2,000, and then I went, you know, that was the thing, and so then I went to generate terrain and hit OK. Cool. Well, all the slopes are freaking astronomical. They're huge. This is a massive mountain, right? It's nuts over here. So it's like, whoa, that is way too much. That is way too much. And you're gonna find that happen. So if you set your max height to 200, that's what I did. It's gonna flatten everything back out, and then you just go back to generate terrain. And I think I was. Let me see if I can get like a good random seed that I like. And this is the other thing is you could essentially preview your map, you know, before you even make it. You can just look at it and be like, you know what, this, yeah, I could see this, I could visualize this. Hit OK, bam, you know, pretty much just like you wanted. There's your mountains, you know, it's amazing. It's amazing. I love this. This is fantastic. And you have a height picker, or, you know, you have pick height. So you pick this height, and then you could start doing stuff from there, you know. You have your raise, lower, flatten, and smooth. Nothing really phenomenal about that. Like raise, lower, you have your standard tool set here, which is, you know, you have an outside radius. You could sync, so when you go to your smooth, it stays with the same, you know, radius type. Or let me see if I have smooth and lower my radius. If I go to that, if the sync isn't on, then, you know, you have that. But if it is on, you have the same radius, which is nice, right? So inside radius, outside radius. You could set your outside radius higher so you have a fall off. You know, you could set your fall offs there. Um, you have a hardness, which is essentially um, how fast it raises. You know, all that stuff. And you have your height, a variable here, right? So if you go negative, it's going to start doing that. And kind of cool though. I mean, look at that. That's crazy. My hardness is so far up, so that's why it's doing that. But then you know you go smooth things out, and it's incredible. This is really, I really love this. I am really digging it. Now I don't know if this took it below or not. Let's go down. No, it just that bottomed out. That's cool. You know, and then you have your height at 10, and it's kind of like a multiplier. So at 0, nothing happens, right? At 1, things start to come up, right? So this is height you could play around with, but it's pretty cool. I really like it. Noise, you could enable some noise. Really neat. Oh, also reposition objects and vegetation. Freaking amazing! As you adjust your map, as you adjust your terrain, all your objects, everything, you could click on that and bam, it'll automatically resync everything to that terrain, which is fantastic. So here we go. It made some. I'm gonna push in a little bit here. Just noise. Here's some noise, and it's gonna automatically do some noise up here, you know, for me. And if I have my outside, you know, let's go with my inside a little bit higher, you could see the noise coming through a little bit more. So there's the noise. Really great stuff. I freaking love it. Freaking love it. I don't know, man. I've messed around with Unreal, Divinity, of course, and by far this is my favorite so far. As far as editing terrain goes, this is the bomb. This is great. This is fantastic. Just I don't know. It feels more natural. All that stuff. So next is terrain. Layers. Again, you could add layers in here, and you could check them out. I don't have any material. I don't have any layers in here yet because I haven't added any. Let me see how you add stuff. You could probably, you have to add a whole bunch of stuff. I haven't messed with this at all to check it out. Oh yeah, here you could set your stuff here. Minimum height. Ooh, I wonder if this cuts off at a certain point, like after. Oh, what's going on here? Okay. How do you paint layers though? That's what I want. Layer texture. Let's go back to texture here. Terrain, I assume. Let's go with that. Did that do anything? No? Oh man, oof, we're getting into some stuff here. We're getting into some stuff. So here's your material, which you can then edit in your material editor. Here's the material editor, which is different. This is different. There's no nodes, and maybe there is a node mode. I don't know yet though. I'm going through this really quickly. I want to just kind of check things out. So I got through that by clicking on this. There's a link, and it just bam pop this open. Okay, okay. Minimum height. I'm really curious about that. Max angle. Mega texture. Oh, so I wonder how you can paint on this. This must be it somewhere. I'm pretty sure I'm missing some stuff here. You know, I'm not. It's not a. It's not yet splat map path. I wonder what that is. I'm not yet ready for that. Go to selected object. That's going to be great. Easy stuff. What I don't like is, so when you're in your entity outliner, your world outliner. Hey, Aegis, what's up? Just going over some Lumberyard stuff. This is incredible. I love this engine. But what sucks is double-clicking the entity outliner does not automatically go to your asset, which I like that double-clicking it goes to. Instead, it double-clicks to rename. Don't quite like that, but you could always right-click and just let's see if it'll do it. Right-click and just find in viewport, and it'll just go to it for you. So it's all good. It's all good in this hood. That's a quick way. You could also, looks like you could just, where is it? Fine, go to selected object. So, bam, just like that, which is great. Let's see here. Same kind of tools here. I'm not sure if 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is what? Select terrain. Nice. Scale, you know, just everything 1, 2, 3, 4. Does the same things as the engine does. Let's see what else. Linking an object to a parent. You could parent stuff. Wow. Look at that. I mean, constrain to movement stuff. That's always been nice because, or look at that. Only to the X and Y. So you can't, you know, you can move them around, but you can't up and down. That's really nice. That's great. Follow terrain. Yeah, that's right. That's what we want. So right now I want to paint, but not sure yet how to. So I'm not gonna worry about it until I messed around with this some more. I don't want to really do that with the stream yet. All right, what else we got here? Lower taking up layers. What is this? Open particle editor. You have a little particle editor. Cool. I don't know if we'll have, let's see if we have particles. Okay, here we go. Let's go with birds. Let's see what birds looks like. Flying birds. Flying birds away. Probably be nice if we actually saw, like, you know, the preview, right? And what's happening here? Okay, there's the birds. There's your particle effect about flying birds. Okay. Nice little particles going on. I have no idea how to make a new particle, but it's all there, right, for you, because I haven't messed with it, so that's cool. I like it. All right, let's see what else we got here. Open time of day. This is your time of day. Again, I think we've messed with this a little bit here already. You could adjust just about everything, which is amazing. Sun trajectory tool. You could adjust, so I mess with this maybe a tiny bit, but you could mess with this and kind of, you know, light types, dynamic sun, precise, time of day. You could choose when the dusk happens, dusk time and dawn time. You can change those when those things happen, right? and how long they last, how long each of those last. Um, some other options down here: occlusion, quality, lower high, I guess, low and high. Huh. But yeah, you could change the trajectory of the sun, like specifically like west, east, north, so you could see it happening. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. Let's see if I can pull out just a bit here. Okay. You could see, so the sun is coming from east to west and how it's doing it and where you are depending on, so like if you see those arrows, so somewhere like in Alaska and like where I'm at, the sun is right here, right there, right about there. And it's actually, you can't quite adjust a couple of other things, but the start of the sun is actually over here and over here. And actually, yeah, maybe I can adjust that by just shortening up the day cycle, so it'll rise over here and set over here instead of a full arc, which is great too. So push those back, but something like let's go back to this. But something like if you're in Florida, it's definitely like this. It definitely rises and then just full blast heat over the top and then sets, and then like if you're in the South Pole or North Pole, depending on what part of day it is or what part of season it is. Like summertime for us, circle all the way around, man. We never get nighttime, and then as the seasons go around, it's the opposite. Nighttime, we get barely any sun. So it's pretty cool. This is pretty cool. This is nice. So what else do we have here? And we have UI editor. I have not even, I don't even know what this is. I don't even know what this is. But here it is. Animation editor. Okay, so it might be like, see if I could open a canvas here, if they have something I can. Oh, user interface. Do we? Yes. Okay. Yes. Oh wow. Okay. So you can make your own little thing here. A user interface, just like amazing. Wow. Amazing. Okay. So here it is. Your user interface editor. Just bam, right there for you. That's great. You have a audio stuff going on here. See if we can. Let's go to impacts. Okay. Does it play? Does it have any of that? No. I think it's just inspectors, or I don't know. Oh, here we go. Physics. VR preview. Oh, that's something else. I'm not even. I thought I was doing something else. Okay. Wise controls. Oh yeah, so Wise is integrated into this. Expect a pretty heavy, a really heavy install. This is pretty hefty. It's not a light engine, so to speak. There's considerable space. I think I'm up to like 14 gigs, alone. And it has a bunch of stuff. This is by Amazon, so they have access to, everything because they're billionaires. They can make whatever. There is no seat charge. This is completely free. You could publish a game with this. No royalties. Have at it. This is it, right? It's for everyone. And so far, it's pretty amazing as far as user friendliness. It really is. You might see this and be like, I don't know what the hell this is, but it kind of explains itself. the more you click on it, the more you like explore it, it really does. You could see, I could see what it does. Track editor, I'm assuming is and you could always open something up, except for this one. You can't open. But it looks like it's some sort of, I want to say, you know, you have, if they have keys, that means there's some sort of animation involved. Possibly kind of like a patrol loop or something like that. I'd have to explore it more to get more into it. But there's also, I mean, you can go to help and get started and go to tutorials. You know, they got all sorts of stuff here for you, all sorts of resources. You know, here's the animation and effects editor. Here you have it right there. Pretty much a full, I mean, they got it all here, man. Wow. You know, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So this is still in beta. I don't know how often it'll crash or if it'll crash at all. Material editor, as we saw before. Nodeless, which is new. Open large material. What's that? Okay. Reset material. Yeah. Check things out. Pretty neat. Pretty neat. Surface type. Bunch of cool stuff here. But definitely download it. You can go to Lumberyard Editor. Just look at it online. There's some steps to installing it. I have mine installed on my M.2 chip, a solid state internal like SSD, super fast one. I have a terabyte on there, so I thought, you know what, good is the best probably decision to do that. So instead of somewhere other than that, and I have plenty of space on there, so I said, why not? Why not? Why the hell not? I have other editors that I can, or I have more hard drives that I could certainly install this on, but a fresh install on that. And it'll ask you to, you'll be asked, you know, hey, where do you want this FFmpeg codec stuff? Where do you want this other crap? And you get a whole bunch of development kits on this. You get the Weiss development kit. You get, like I said, FFmpeg on there. They have it all linked. It's super easy. You have optional plugins that you could download. There is a tree and something else. Oh, here you could also, you know, here you go. Let me see if you can do plugins here. You probably can't through here. You have to go back to the thing. But there is like a tree and foliage type thing, but that requires a subscription service. That's the only one that I found that requires some sort of money. They have a Photoshop plugin. If you already have Photoshop, just point it in the right direction, and it'll be right there. If you have, it'll also Autodesk Max, 3D Max, I think they have the SDK for that. It'll download that. All in all, for me, this took about a half an hour to set up and download. I have a super fast connection, so of course it did, but I'm not sure how other people's connections are, but expect a pretty big size compared to what we're used to. I'm used to like maybe a gigabyte for the engine, maybe less, you know, but expect pretty heavy size on this. So awesome. I love the terrain editor. Right now I'm just thrilled with this. This could be its own game already. This could just be its own world. It's super fast to set up, super quick to make a terrain. That was the other thing. You can adjust. Let's see if I can even make one. So what bothers me a little tiny bit is these aren't buttons that are pressable, but they're working, you know. Oh, check this out. Invert height map. Boom. You could invert everything. So you just saw that. Here's my little plateau that I made. Now it's a plateau, right? You could invert it again. Bam, back to mostly what it was. It's pretty cool. Resize the terrain. You can adjust the resolution, um, meters per texel, right? So I have one, so that each box is 1 meter. Change the resolution if you want. Um, it'll make it smaller. So it's probably, you know, there's my little guy. I had it pretty large, so I wanted that. It probably will reset everything because, you know, obviously it got rid of a lot of the data there. But you could adjust your resolution of your terrain and how big things are, So it's pretty cool. I like the meter. I like that resolution. I've always wanted this feature to be able to decide. So right now its terrain size is 2 by 2 kilometers, right? 4 kilometers. And just you could just adjust all that. So it's pretty neat. That is neat in itself. You could save it, load it, and open. Oh, open height map. Cool. Fetch, hold, huh? Generate terrain. Oh, it's right there even for you. Terrain texture layers, sun trajectory. So they have additional tools right here for you already. Let me see if there's something else that I wanted to talk about. I did not see multiple terrains. So you have one. I haven't seen anything that says that you can have more than one, like, off to the side somewhere. So that is kind of a bummer. But at the same time, a 4x4, 4 kilometer by 4 kilometer terrain size, it's pretty big. I'm not really sure how big Skyrim's is, but you can make multiple terrains if you really want, different levels. I personally like just one huge level and working with that, but some people just like other things. So you could make an aisle, which it automatically tapers down your corners, all that stuff. So here, let me generate some terrain here again. I love the preview. I'm gonna increase this. You could make it bumpy, like right there. I should have kept with, yes, okay. This actually looks good to me. I'm gonna do that. It's gonna redo everything for me. Here's my little noisy terrain. Make aisle, and it sinks everything down around, so it's an island, which is cool, which is really cool. And you could check out everything else on here. There's normalize. It'll just kind of make everything one level kind of thing here. Smooth, all the stuff. Reduce range, which it looks like it just got everything. I don't know if there's an undo. Nope, can't undo. So regenerate. Reduce range. What does that do? I don't see what it did, but maybe that's something you might want to be careful with. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm not really sure what these do. Normalize, I assume normalize is just kind of finds a good difference, But yeah, check this stuff out and play around with it. It's amazing. You can go to game mode.
Did I post this?
Yeah, sure. That's my son. Play mode, I don't know where you start. I haven't...
Oh.
Okay, not right now. I'm not sure what just happened.
Could I get you posting it?
It all falls apart right here. I probably don't have a starting area, so it's not gonna have anything. So, all right. So, yeah, I probably would have to have a starting area for that. But regardless, pretty cool stuff. Check it out. I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna end the stream here because that's all I wanted to show. I just wanted to hop on really quick and show you guys this. Really powerful. I love it. I'm gonna explore more of it, and I think you should too. Check it out. I haven't figured out if there is a script. Oh, maybe this might be it. But I haven't figured out like a scripting story script type thing yet. Vegetation editor. Come on. I mean, come on. There's a bunch of stuff here. You know, let me look at that script. Is that the canvas thing? Script canvas. Function previously available. Only programmers get started with script canvas topic. Oh, okay, so they've just kind of started on this. Oh, here's your UI stuff. Yeah, I think maybe possibly. Huh? Yeah, okay. Okay, they got some stuff going on here. We'll check that out. Don't save. So yeah, check out some stuff here. They have a lot more tools on here than I remember, or not remember, but than I saw before. Asset editor. Come on. Okay, so these are the previews, so they haven't fully made those functions. Oh, here's the substance editor plugin, substance editor that I don't have yet. So, but you can. I don't know if you can put in plugins or not. Other Python scripts. Okay, so we have that script terminal. Okay, I don't know what kind of script it's using, but you could check it out. Okay, and yeah, so check it out. Check it out, man. I think that, yeah, so for if you want the view, I have it. You just go to layout and save layout. I already have mine, so I'm just going to save mine again and currently override it, so you can have your same layout every time you start the engine, which is fantastic. All right, I'm done. And I'm out of here. Honestly, check this thing out because it's amazing. Oh, and you probably didn't see a lot of this stuff because my camera was in the way. Ooh, sorry about that. Maybe should have had it up here or something. Put it back anyway. The sliders are, you could explore them on your own. So,